we all start somewhere. And if you see the evolution of my videos over the last several years, you can definitely see that I started somewhere for sure. In a recent video, I promised I would show you some good habits that you can put in place to up-level the look of your videos, to create videos that are a little more pro without being a pro and without spending any more money on your gear or your equipment or any more time in creating your videos. And that's a pretty bold promise, but let's get into it. My name is Meredith, and if you're new here on this channel, I'm helping you build a thriving YouTube channel. When you look good, sound good, and feel good on camera, your viewer feels good watching your videos. Pro habit number 1 is to prioritize your lighting. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. Ugh, this doesn't look that great, does it? I'm sitting in the same spot. I'm using the same camera. Nothing has changed except my lighting. I have light coming in through my window. The light that I use behind my camera is off. My tabletop lamp is off and my overhead lights are on. Look at all of the shadows. Like, even with a good camera and a good lens, I mean, it's not the worst in the world, but it definitely looks more pro when it looks like this. Right? Now, I mentioned I was going to show you these tips without having to invest in a whole bunch of gear. So ignore the lights behind me. You don't need to have fancy lights behind you. In fact, I will turn those off right now. But you do need to have nice light flooding your face, especially obviously for a talking head video. And that means you could just stand or sit in front of a window, not in direct sunlight, but with nice ambient light coming in on really as many sides as you can, but definitely more towards the front. It will help reduce weird like shadows, and it helps you stand out from your actual background. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I have my colored light strips back here, is because I accidentally painted my walls the same color as my skin. I'm even wearing a shirt that's the same color as my skin. The color back there just helps create some depth. So prioritize your lighting. The next thing I want you to look at is the angle of your camera. And this gets a little bit tricky, especially if you're going to be using a webcam. But if you take a webcam and make it so that you're going to be in front of your window, my window is over there, your webcam is going to have so much great light to really light you up. And if you can go one step further and angle your camera so that it's coming down at you just a little bit higher than your eye level, you will naturally reduce even more shadowing happening in your face, because now you're looking up, your chin looking up, not down. Another trick to up-level the look of your videos, even if you're using a webcam or your phone, it also applies to using a regular camera, is to move as far away from your background as you can. This is a sneaky little tip, because I think a lot of times we see videos, you can see my video where I've got a background, I've got stuff on my shelves and it's styled so that it looks pretty, and you're seeing this in your mind and you're thinking, oh, I should get shelves and I can sit in front of my shelves to make my videos just like Meredith, just like a billion other people on YouTube. What you may not notice is that I'm not sitting right in front of my shelves. I'm actually sitting as far away as I can possibly get with my giant desk in my tiny office, so that the shelves are just kind of like a blurry effect in the background. I don't want you to be able to actually see everything on here, but check this out. This is a picture of me from like 20 years ago or so. It's a Polaroid that's a little bit beat up because my husband carried this in his helmet during his first deployment. Notice the video camera and the computer. So the no-brainer tip to separate yourself from your background is just be as far away from it as you can, while also prioritizing your lighting and your angles. Next, this is one of those things that you probably would never notice about your videos unless someone pointed it out to you, and that is the way that you frame yourself in your camera. It's a way of making the image or the video feel balanced. So if you visualize breaking your frame up into thirds and let your eyes be pretty much even with that top third of your video. So this is for a horizontal landscape style YouTube video. Don't leave a ton of space above your head so that your head is the only thing in the frame. You can use your camera angles and your distance to the camera to adjust how much of the rest of your body you want to have in your frame. Just keep in mind that you want to keep your eyes on that top third line. Another little habit that helps make your videos feel easier to watch and feel more natural is if you lean into the camera instead of away from the camera. This is a simple posture habit. I used to try to stand up straight and then sometimes my head would lean back. And even though I thought that I was feeling comfortable on camera, it doesn't come off as being very warm and welcoming. I kind of look like I'm trying to pick a fight with you. But if I'm leaning in, my head's down a little further, I'm leaning in, I think it just reads more warm and welcoming. But one thing I want to mention is that having decent audio goes a really long way to looking and feeling pro, or creating videos that look and feel pro to the viewer. So if you do want to up-level the look, the sound, and the feel of your videos, I would say start with audio. You can get a mic just like this. This is only like $100 and it plugs into your computer via USB. You don't have to buy a mixer or a $500 microphone. And if you're using a program like Descript, for example, Descript will use AI to filter out the background noise and make your whole audio setup sound a lot more professional. If you haven't checked out Descript yet, I'll put a link down in the description below. You can also see yourself as you're recording your video, so you can make sure that you are in your frame correctly and you don't have any weird shadows. Now you can implement some of these new habits on your very next video. And speaking of habits, did you know there might be things you're doing in your video without even realizing it that are causing viewers to stop watching? It might actually be costing you subscribers. I did a whole video on this. I will link it up for you here so you can watch it next. And if you haven't picked up my YouTube video blueprint yet, this is a free guide you can download through the link down in the description. It's going to help you plan, shoot, and edit your YouTube videos that actually grow your channel, so you don't waste any time on creating videos that don't actually pay off for you.